Hello, beautiful heart. I am so glad that you are taking the time out to see what might fulfill your heart a little bit more than it already is. And I would like you to take a moment and just put your hand on your heart and take a few deep breaths. Make that connection to your heart so that you are open to receiving the messages with an open mind and an open heart and an open soul, because my intention for these readings are to really give you something. You have given me so much support and lovely energy and space to just be my own unique self, and I want you and your heart to feel safe enough to do that here, but also making changes in your life that will make your heart even happier, fuller, and brighter. So we have 3 different piles here. I want to apologize in advance. I should have redone my nails. I never paint my nails, and I did over the weekend, and I just haven't taken it off, and it looks horrible. So they are making their ugly appearance throughout your readings, but it doesn't mean that I don't love and appreciate your heart, because I do. So please excuse my fingers. We have pile number 1 here, pile number 2 in the center, and pile number 3 on the right. You might want to take a few moments to place your hand on your heart, like I was saying, and take a few deep breaths and see which pile jumps out, or which heart jumps out at you more. Remember to go into these readings with gentleness and softness, because with every breath that you take, that your lungs are surrounding and protecting and supporting your heart. So please don't take anything negatively. Go in with a positive mindset. And I hope that you find something today that makes your heart happy, because you and this Wonderland community makes my heart happy. So have a wonderful day. This is also a timeless reading, so no matter when you are watching it is when you are meant to see it, hear it, and receive those messages. If you would like to take these readings a bit further, I do have private readings available on my website, priestessofwonderland.com, and you can also purchase discounted readings when I am live streaming on YouTube or Twitch. Thanks again for taking time out for yourself and for your heart today. Hello to the beautiful heart that chose pile number 1. We will get to your love message at the end of this reading. And we've got these beautiful oracle cards to go along with or tarot cards to go along with your reading today. So we will start there. The first card that we have here is the 6 of Cups. Just want to get those sparkles in there for you. The 3 of Pentacles. The 3 of Swords reversed. And I just want to pause here for a little bit. There's a couple things that jump out at me. First of all, with the 3 of Swords here in the reverse position, this tells me that you have done a lot of work on healing your heart from past experiences. And especially because we have the 6 of Cups here too, These are past, this tells me that maybe if you're in a relationship, that you may have been kind of childhood sweethearts or high school sweethearts or whatever. Um, but this also gives me the feeling that you have this childlike vision of love. And I feel like you maybe kind of hide that a little bit, maybe due to whatever pain you've experienced in the past with relationships. But I do feel like you have this very practical approach to romantic relationships, or even that you maybe keep this childlike wonder to yourself. And in that sense, you just have this also tells me that you just work really well, like you want to make things work, even not just in romantic relationships, but also in your friendships between your family members. Like you really do want to work things out. And that also tells me that you have like really done the shadow work, done the healing that you've needed to heal your heart. So we also have the Knight of Wands here and the Seven of Swords. So the Knight of Wands coming up here, I was just like, oh my gosh, this person, it's not just the Six of Cups energy that has this childlike wonder to it. It like that you believe in romance and you want somebody to be your knight in shining armor to sweep you off of your feet. And but I still get the sense that like you are not really forthcoming or maybe not even admitting to yourself that you do want to be wined and dined and flowers and roses and really romantic. You want to be romanced. But I think that you have kind of hid that from yourself and your partners, or if you're single, you have maybe told yourself like, oh, that's not attainable or tangible, like it's real romance isn't real. Um, but and with this is the Seven of Swords reversed, like you need to admit to yourself that this is what you want. You want someone to come up riding up on a shiny pink horse and sparkles and glitter, and it's okay to want those things. Like don't allow your heart wants to be happy, and in order to be happy, it wants to experience those romantic gestures. I did actually, this is what these, I kind of wanted more clarity about this Seven of Swords, so I pulled these two mini cards, and we have the Three of Cups in reverse, and this was kind of telling me that like you've maybe you had this knight in shining armor and told yourself that it was too good to be true, because we also have the Eight of Wands in reverse here as well. And this is telling me like if you did have that and you thought it was too good to be true, or it was just moving too quickly and you kind of slowed it down and maybe um just didn't allow that into your life. But I do also think that if there's a couple of different threads of, because this is a collective reading, there's a couple of different energies that I'm feeling here. And I think for some of you, you maybe did have this thing and it scared you because you actually got what you wanted. But for some of you, this is really just not admitting to yourself. You're telling yourself like, that's not real. Like you're telling yourself, like I keep thinking of the movie, I think it's called Enchanted, where the fairy tale girl comes into the real world and the animals are following her around and she sings all the time, and I think like you've told yourself that like that's not real. That's not how love works. That's just a movie thing. But I do think that you can allow yourself to experience these. You don't have to have animals following you around and you don't have to sing, but you can. Like, why not? When you're alone with your partner, why can't you just sing things? Like, you found this reading in Wonderland. You can create whatever world you want to live in. But I think that you've told yourself that you can't have those things. And then the last card here was the High Priestess. And although the High Priestess normally represents connecting to your intuition and um, following that gut feeling, but I also got this very confident sense of strength, and also that Miley Cyrus song, "I Can Buy Myself Flowers." Like, if you are in a relationship, you and your partner just isn't the type of person to be really romantic, you can be your own knight in shining armor. It's not fair and it's not possible to have somebody in our life be all of the things for us. It's not like the connection that you have with your partner is very unique and specific to the two of you. So finding what works for you and then not demanding somebody to change and be a completely different person just because it's something that you need. And I don't mean that like uh you shouldn't work together. Obviously, you're really well working together to make your relationship work, but you like, for example, I married my best friend, and but they're also my romantic partner. They're also um so many other things to me, and we've been together for a really long time. It got to the point where it wasn't fair for them to be all of those things. So even though we started out as really best friends, I had to find friends that would fulfill me in a way that I was needing to be filled. For example, just like with witchy or spirituality things, or even just feminine things, even though my partner has a very strong feminine quality to him, he doesn't have to be a woman just because I need to have a very feminine conversation. I can go out and meet other people to fulfill that void. And then I can come home and he can be my partner because that's what he is to me. It's not fair to force somebody to be all, and the same thing for me. Like I try to do all the roles. You don't have to be a wife and a mother and a friend and a lover. It's too many things to one person. You can just be their partner and you can just be their um in whatever way that you have decided that your relationship is supportive for you. Um so I just got this very like independent kind of feeling with this high priestess card. Even and I think that like this could mean a couple of different things for a couple of different people of uh especially there was one kind of thread that I was pulling on of maybe you had this knight in shining armor but it scared you, and I think tapping into your intuition is going to help you in the future, that like if you have this feeling, know that you've already done that work, that healing work, and now you're in a place where you're ready. And you're only ready when you know that you're ready. But I was just getting this really strong independent feeling, and that song, "I Can Buy Myself Flowers," was running through my head. I think that like you can go take yourself out to dinner and a movie and indulge in dessert if that's something that you need in your life, whether you're with a partner or whether you're single. I, as someone who's been in a relationship for over 20 years, I love going out by myself because I don't have to consider the other person's needs. I get to treat myself and order the thing that I want to order and see the movie that I want to see. And I get to feel the feelings that I want to feel without having to, especially being an empath, without having to feel their emotions and consider those feelings, because it's important that you feel that your heart feels that it is considered in all ways. And if you are the only person that can fulfill that, which most of us are, whether you're in a relationship or not, it's your responsibility to make your heart happy. And I think that that's one of the reasons that really brought me to doing these readings today, because I think there's so many of us and we're really taught that someone else is supposed to fulfill that for us. Someone else is supposed to make us happy. But it's your responsibility. It's your responsibility to practice self-care and take care of yourself, and that includes doing things that make you happy. And specifically, we're talking about making your heart happy here. And like your heart wants that cheesy romance, and that's okay. Like allow yourself to feel those things. We also have passion. I mean, look at this photo here. This is the classic romance novel. You want to be swept off of your feet, and that's okay. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Dance around your home in a little apron or whatever and sing your favorite Disney song. Like, whatever. Let yourself do it. Do it for you and do it for your heart. I mean, this is a romance deck, but I feel like you got really just like classic romantic images here. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. And this was a really key message for this reading here. I think that you need to allow yourself to be a hopeless romantic. Like, at least admit it to yourself. Admit it to yourself. Stop blocking it out. It's okay that you want a dreamy Disney movie relationship. Like, it's okay. And getting to know each other is the last romance card here. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So I think this is obviously speaking to those of you that are in relationships, and maybe you're not feeling fulfilled because you want these romantic things. And I think it's going to be important for you to let your partner know that, but also remember that, like, if that is not their love language, then they're not going to know. They're going to be doing the thing is that speaks their love language. And so I just think that you guys need to have a discussion about what your love language is, because if your love language is these romantic gestures and it's not theirs, then you are like constantly like putting all of this energy and all of this love into things, and then you're feeling depleted and your love tank is empty. So you need to either fill your love tank up by doing these romantic gestures for yourself, or you need to have a conversation with your partner and say, "Hey, this is what I need um, in my life." And you might, um, if by discovering each other's love languages, you might feel like you're doing all these romantic gestures for them, and that's not their love language. So they're still feeling empty too. So you're both feeling empty, and we want to fill our hearts. We want to make our hearts feel happy. Um, and if you are single, the attraction and the passion here, like if you admit to yourself that this is what you want and this is what your heart needs, you will be able to attract that. And this is also conformed with my aura is magnetic to golden opportunities. If you're single and you are looking for a romantic relationship, admitting to yourself that you want to be swept off your feet, you want these romantic gestures, um, and treating yourself like that. Start doing these things for yourself, showing the universe, this is how I want to be treated. This is how I deserve to be treated. then the universe will start putting people into your life that will treat you that way. Our love message here is criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So, obviously, this is speaking to someone who's in a relationship. And what I was saying earlier about getting to know each other is telling each other like what you need to fill your heart is so important for your relationship. But if you are single, it's still important for you to love and accept who you are. Accept this part of yourself that you want. You want that romance, and you want that knight in shining armor. That's okay. That's what your heart wants, and that is what is going to make your heart happy. So, just to reiterate these messages here, what will make your heart happy? If you are single, treat yourself how you deserve to be treated, how you want to be treated. And if you're in a relationship, let your partner know that you need these romantic gestures in your life, and to discover each other's love languages so that you are fulfilling and making each other's hearts happy. I also wanted to point out that the term hopeless romantic, I actually like Googled the definition of it, and it's someone who continues to believe in love no matter the struggles they may have experienced in the past. I think this really speaks to this Three of Swords card in reverse, that you have done this healing, and you still want this romantic love no matter how many times you've been hurt in the past. And I really think that we should change the term hopeless romantic to hopeful romantic, because if someone continues to believe in love no matter what, why is that hopeless? I think that we need to change the term to hopeful romantic, and you, my friend, are a hopeful romantic, and your heart wants to be filled with that hope and that romance. So allow your heart to be happy. Thank you so much for enjoying this reading. Let me know in the comments how your heart is feeling at the end, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Hello, beautiful heart. If you chose this beautiful heart with a butterfly and someone kind of hiding beneath this flower, then this is your reading on what to make your heart happy. I'm going to go through the oracle cards last and start with the tarot. We have the Emperor, the Five of Swords, and Judgment. So I'm going to need those of you that chose this pile to take a deep breath as I light this candle again for you. It doesn't want to stay lit, and I really feel like this is significant to those of you that chose this pile. So I do really want you to take a deep breath and allow yourself to be open to receiving the messages today. The Emperor is very stubborn, and the Emperor decides that these are the way things are and this is the way they're going to be, and there's no changing them. And with the Five of Swords in the center here, this is telling me that being stubborn about your view on love is self-sabotaging you. It's preventing you from receiving love, and your heart is not very happy, um, and feeling unfulfilled. With the Judgment card here, it's really time for you to take a deep look at your heart on your views of love, and changing them, because there is no one way to find love, to give love, to receive love. There's an infinite amount of ways for you to give and receive love, for love to exist, for love to be the thing that comes out on top. And I don't think that you are someone who thinks that love is the number one priority or the number one thing that rules your life. I think that you have a very strict way of viewing things, and this is preventing you from experiencing love. We also have the Six of Pentacles here, and this is a card of charity, but it's when we're talking about love, this is about being open to receiving as well as open to giving. Love is a two-way street. It takes two people to tango. It has to be this give and take. Um, so I think for some of you, you may have blocked yourself off from receiving. So that's why I wanted you to take a moment to take a deep breath and open and expand your heart and lungs, because I think some of you, your hearts are a little bit closed off. And I think for some of you, you might just be giving too much. You are emptying and draining yourself, but also forgetting to receive. And I think for some of you, this might just be a complete wall, a complete block of there isn't any give or take. There's no giving love and there's no receiving love. There's just and then we also have the reversed hanged man here. So this tells me that you're just kind of distracting yourself. You're like, well, I don't have love in my life right now, so I'm not going to think about love, do anything about love. I'm going to focus on other things. And this reading and this message, you were drawn to this for a reason, because your heart wants to be open and receptive to receiving love, and it needs a little fill up. You need to fill up your love tank. To make your heart happy, you need to fill it up a little bit, and you need to get moving on this. We have the Eight of Wands here. Eight is the symbol of infinity. So remember that love is infinite. Nobody's going to be living without love if you feel like you're taking too much of it. And like there's no end to love. Love is like endless, endless. The Eight of Wands is a card of quick and rapid movement. Like you have to start opening your heart right now. That's why I had you take a deep breath. Like you have to begin to soften your heart, to allow it to open and do whatever it takes to allow that to happen. We have a free yourself card. It's time to take back control of your life, and it's time to take back control of your heart. Most of us or in society says that like you can only find love outside of yourself, but love starts within. You have to love yourself before there will be a true experience of receiving love. Because if you don't think that you're worthy or deserving of love, then you're not going to receive it. You're not going to experience things that give you that love and joy and fulfillment. Free yourself from this. Free yourself from the deception. You've deceived yourself. The emperor has deceived you and said, this is the only way that I'm ever going to get love. And since I don't have that, then I'm not going to experience it. Someone is wearing a false self-made mask. Oh, a false self mask in this relationship. You're deceiving yourself. The Five of Swords is also a card of deception. You're deceiving yourself and denying yourself uh, a chance for your heart to feel full. And this person, there is love out there for you. You've already met the romantic partner that you seek. You're blocking yourself off from them. And I'm trying to be as gentle as I can with this reading because you deserve gentleness. You deserve to feel love and to feel fulfilled and to feel held. And I really want you to listen to these words and listen to this reading and feel safe and to feel a little bit softer and feel like you can open your heart a little bit. I also see this could be the one as if you were drawn to this image that this person is just literally right behind that little flower petal. Once you open up that flower petal or transform like the butterfly, you will be open to receiving. And this is going to come back to reflection. Give each other some space at the moment, trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So if any of you that chose this reading are in a relationship, you need to reflect on whether or not you're seeking love outside of yourself and only from that person and demanding it from only that person. If this person isn't paying attention to me, if this person isn't loving me, then you feel empty, but you are totally capable of filling your own love tank and filling your own heart with joy and love and appreciation. And it always starts from within. Um, I've recently been going on this journey of loving myself because I have had a partner for a very long, extended period of time. And it's not fair to demand it from them all the time. I I need to love myself first. I need to, when I'm not with them, I need to be able to feel love all the time. And I wasn't feeling love. I wasn't loving myself completely and wholly. I was speaking negatively to myself and I wasn't truly holding my heart in a gentle way at all. So even if you are in a relationship, this is still something that you can reflect on. The judgment card is a self-evaluation card, really looking at yourself, looking at your heart, and uh, where you might be experiencing lack and how you can fill that back up again. For those of you that are single, I know it says it's kind of worded in the sense of give each other some space at the moment. Um, Give yourself some space and trust and have faith that it will work out for the best if you do this work, if you do this reflection, because those of you that chose this reading are avoiding the subject, or you're avoiding. So I want to thank you for choosing this reading because it means that you're making that progress of not avoiding it. You're actually taking the time, and this counts as a step. This counts as progress. So congratulate yourself and thank yourself for taking the 10 minutes or whatever it takes to watch this reading and know that that's the first step in the first chunk, and taking the first step is the hardest thing to do. So now you can allow this to grow and expand and allow your heart and your capacity for love to grow and expand along with it. Abundance is a state of mind. And I know we talk about abundance with prosperity, but abundance, we can have an abundance of love. And remember what I was saying, there is an infinite amount of love in the world. And I really felt called to read the description for this card. It's probably going to be worded in a sense of wealth, but this just substitute love. I'll see if I can substitute love in there. So, what is true abundance? Don't let the amount of love that you experience be determined only by the people, the number of people in your life, but by your happiness, your health, the people around you, and the inspiration you hold within. You have more blessings than you may have accounted for. Today, you are being encouraged not only to see them, but also to feel grateful for them. You are being guided to see your glass as half full. You are being guided to enjoy the richness of your well being. You are being guided to let your joy be the energy that draws more reasons to feel abundant to you. Abundance is a state of mind. If you can switch your thoughts to what you have rather than what you don't have, you will become a magnet for more blessings and experience wholeness through every facet of your being. If you feel rich, your life will reflect it. I'm going to rephrase that sentence. If you feel loved, your life will reflect it. The universe itself is abundant in nature. It has more than enough to go around. Experiencing blessings and riches won't deprive others of them. In fact, your experience of abundance will hold space for all those around you to level up your abundance mind too. Therefore, experiencing abundance is purposeful. Your affirmation is I am rich in blessings, inspiration, and people I love. And I just want to point out that this is the Raise Your Vibration Oracle by Kyle Gray. So, group 2, the thing that is going to make your heart happy is to look at your heart. Don't avoid it. Look at how you're feeling, how you're giving, and how you're receiving. Make sure that your heart is open. Your heart wants to be open to receiving, and your heart doesn't want to be closed off anymore. Believe that you are worthy and capable of being loved and giving love. I'm going to say that again. Believe that you are worthy and capable of being loved and giving love. Believe that you are worthy and capable of being loved and giving love. Look at your heart and allow love in. I was really getting a sense that I know who this reading might have attracted, and I really hope that you receive this message because I know that you have so much love to give, and I want you to not be this stubborn emperor and allow yourself to be loved and to recognize and reflect on the fact that love starts with you. Like if you you are loved. You are loved. You are so loved. And you have to start loving yourself and you have to start believing yourself and believing that love is out there for you. Because they're hiding and they're so close. You could reach out and touch them if you would allow your heart to open just a little bit, just a little bit. Thank you so much for taking time out today for your heart and for making your heart happy. I appreciate you so much. Hello, group 3. So I have been told I'm calling this group Love is Blind. I was told to just go into this reading blind. So we're going to be selecting all the cards together. The only reason I usually pick the cards and then film it just kind of saves on editing time. When I shuffle the cards and pick them before filming, it just allows me to kind of do one take. But I was told to go into this blind. So that's the energy of this reading. So there's going to be some extra shuffling time in here. So this get a little cozy, I guess, because um this I'm going to be shuffling as we're going. So that's just how your reading is going to go. You might be the type of person to really just jump into a relationship or jump into love um wholeheartedly. So um I don't know. That's just the energy of this reading. Okay, so can we have what makes group threes heart or what makes group threes heart happy? So group three, I really think that you believe in love. I think that I think the energy of this reading is that you do just jump in wholeheartedly into relationships. I'm also getting kind of like the Aries Venus vibe, or maybe Aries Sun. Like you just jump in feet first, like you're all in. And I think you might get a little bit of flack for that. Like people are um like, oh, there she goes again with like another person. Um, don't let others get you down. Like you're like love makes your heart happy. Of course love makes everybody's heart happy, but like you love that thrill of it. You love that like going in blind, like not knowing what to expect. And I think that the justice in the center here. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even show the cards. So we have the 7 of Wands. Is like, don't let other people get you down. If you want to jump into a bunch of relationships blindly and wholeheartedly, like, just freaking do it. I think the justice in the center here is telling you that you will, like, get that love that you deserve. Um, you had to experience all of these different relationships to know exactly what it is that you want and what it is that you deserve. And I think that you're being told by spirit that like it's not a bad thing to love too much and too fully and too deeply. Don't don't be afraid to don't be afraid to love. You will get this happy family moment eventually. But I think that you're the type of person that can just enjoy the ride and enjoy the experience. What else makes group three's heart happy? A lot of cards just want to be jumping out for you too. I'm trying to narrow them down. Yeah, I don't think that you've been experiencing this knight in shining armor. Um, even though that is what you want and that's how you go in like expecting this. Maybe that's one thing to be wary of. Your heart is telling you that not everybody is. Oh, okay. I think this might be telling us a couple of different things here. Either there's somebody in your life, or I don't know. I feel like you jump into these relationships because people are acting like the knight in shining armor. They're acting like this Knight of Cups romantic person, and then they're just not. They're like not showing your real face to them or to you. And the Emperor is here again. The Emperor is so strict and thinks that love has to be a specific way. Oh, you're going for people that also jump into relationships really quickly. But in order to achieve this balance and justice in your life, you need an earthy person. You need somebody who is going to be your rock and your soft place to land after you've been uh, being the fiery person that you are. You need that balance and that groundedness, somebody to be your rock, somebody to be your emperor. But I think you fall for these um mushy gushy romantic people that are just playing you. But you need somebody who's more grounded and stable, and that's what's going to help you achieve. So what would make your heart happy is some earthy energy. We have one more tarot card for group three. What would make their heart happy? Yeah, more slow moving energy. Uh, allow relationships to sort of, sorry, we have the 7 of Wands. Oh, or 7 of Pentacles. Interesting. We had the 7 of Wands here. So you're very lucky in love, but You need to take some time to cultivate. Like, don't beat yourself up about jumping into things too quickly. Like, that's okay. And that's given you the experience that you know and have now. Allow things to kind of cultivate. Allow what's going to make your heart happy is a little bit more slower movement, allowing that those first I mean, I think the reason why you like jumping into relationships so quickly is because that first phase of a relationship is just so exciting and thrilling and magical and lustful and passionate. But you're going to learn that the slow burn is even better, that long anticipation and that build up. Um, and that is what somebody who's earthy and grounded is going to give to you. Let's get some romance cards for you. I am dying to know what's under the heart here, but I've been saving them for last. See, that's what we need to experience. We need to experience what does that message say, the anticipation of it, and the buildup and the suspense. I also want to point out for you, group 3, that I had a red candle in here before, and it was my last one. It burnt out with the last reading. And so I just closed my eyes and picked one out, and it's the orange one. So your sacral chakra is like on fire. It might be a little bit overactivated. So finding different outlets that aren't maybe are a little bit more on the creative side and not necessarily the sexual side is going to help like build that suspense and that anticipation and that like build up. Okay, could we have romance cards for group 3? Calling your soulmate in. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So, even maybe just if you are single and like envisioning this ideal partner, envisioning that, dreaming about it, like that's also going to be like the foreplay to the relationship. And then you're calling that in by visualizing it and feeling it and experiencing it and dreaming about it it's going to help you manifest this person, but it's also going to teach you to be slower moving. And that's going to help you attune to their earthy energy. The emperor is out there for you. You deserve love. You are lovable. You know this. That's why you're so quick to jump into it. I think I know who this reading is for. I knew who the last reading was for too. One more card for group 3. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. That's what I'm saying. Like, you go for the Knight of Cups, the like hopeless romantic dude. You need an emperor. You want an emperor to take care of you, someone who's grounded, earthy, stable, dependable, reliable. Your soulmate may differ from the usual type of expectations. Whew. Is it getting hot in here? This anticipation is killing me. Could we have a Race of 5 card for group 3? I am surrounded by angels. Ask your angels to help you to move slow. Envision like I'm just envisioning this little bubble that's kind of like protecting you and cushioning you and preventing you from jumping into the wrong person again. Um yeah, I'm seeing like ask your angels to send this person to you. Ask this angel. I think maybe you have maybe been asking for the wrong things and that's why you've been jumping into the wrong things. But ask for someone that's going to be your slow burn, that's going to be your they can still be your ride or die, but eh, they're going to like be grounded and stable and supportive and maybe not necessarily hold you back because you do not let other people hold you back or bring you down, but there's a way for your partner to be supportive, but also just kind of like, hey, let's take a chill, let's have a glass of water, let's sit down and take a deep breath for a minute so that you're not just burning your fire and burning your fire until you burn out. All right. Oh my gosh, I can't handle it. What is this message? When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong way. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Do not beat yourself up from all of the past relationships that you've jumped into that ended up not being the right one. It's the experience. You got to experience all of those things. It doesn't matter if they weren't the right one. That right one is out there. And now you know what you want. Now you know what you deserve. Now you know what you need, what's going to support you in your highest good. So you like, I love you. What is going to make your heart happy is moving slower. Experience that build up and that climax and that like before the release, like, that experience the foreplay, experience the slowness, experience the slow burn. That is what's gonna make your heart happy, and I love your beautiful heart and your overactive sacral chakra. You should love it too. Thank you so much for taking time out for your heart today. Give your heart a hug, and, thank you again. Thank you so much.